So in the bottom left, we do have that blue Terran player representing Team Legion, Shuttle, MentalKing, etc. And over in the top right, we have from Team Empire, leading 2-1 in the best of 7 TVT, BeastyQT.
Oh
Both
yeah.
players scouting out early this time, actually before their depot's done. And by the way that MentalKing's moving his SCV around the outside, he might be trying to hide something.
Oh yeah. He
How
actually is pretty well known for putting down proxies on this map, and it's a very good map to go ahead and do it. There's a lot of different areas in which you can go ahead and do that. But oh my gosh, is this gonna be?
both doing it?
Oh wow.
It's Quantic STC versus Quantic Apocalypse all over again.
Wow,
We gotta
look
see
at
these
that.
gas follow-ups though. I want to see some Proxy Marauder.
I like
It's my
Beasty.
favorite TVT build.
BeastyQT's placement is really good right behind that mineral line. It is very susceptible to being scattered out. MentalKing's is slightly out of position, but BeastyQT's is about the exact same time as MentalKing, so he's going to be able to get into production almost immediately. He's literally only about 4 seconds behind it, so he can possibly inflict more damage than MentalKing can.
Yeah, and both players have followed it up with a gas, so I think we're going to see tech labs on these barracks, potentially. The way that MentalKing's positioned, it might favor a Reaper more as he's closer to that cliff entrance to the main. However, where Empire BeastyQT has placed his barracks is indicative of a frontal push, maybe a Marauder.
Yeah. Yeah, that Marauder push early game is super powerful. I mean, those Marauders are literally indestructible. I mean, you kind of have to stack up as many of your SCVs as possible to be able to inflict any damage on them here. But yeah, we have the exact same build for the most part there. Tech Lab's on the way for both of them, along with that early gas here. We're gonna have to see what starts pumping at though. MentalKing's has finished up. Nothing. There it is. Reapers for MentalKing, while it's the Marauder for BeastyQT. This is going to be interesting because, of course, the Reaper is very, very quick, and if properly controlled, he's going to be able to destroy those SCVs.
Yeah, and BeastyQT's also making a bunker. However, defensively, MentalKing has started a Raxor, BeastyQT hasn't. So, this frontal push it's going to be really strong, but
Yeah.
I think that probes can actually take out, rather, SCVs can take out a Marauder, whereas MentalKing could be able to, theoretically, micro infinitely against BeastyQT's SCVs, and essentially it's going to be up to sticking around with these bunkers. That's important for. And we've got to watch both areas as much as the players are. And lifting his CC is BeastyQT. His SCV's getting chased. I think he's just going to try and relocate and deal whatever damage he can with the Marauder here. And I think that's actually, yeah, that might be a great choice here. We're going to have to see exactly how it pans out.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to really do anything right now there, but same thing for MentalKing. He's pulling all of his SCVs right now. Look at that. Are they just going for
Are they going to battle in the middle? Are we going to see an SCV showdown?
Yeah.
These trains are about to cross paths here. See if any players.
They just go right through each other. Wow.
Oh, crazy stuff. So the orbital distances are about the same. I mean, neither player is closer to mining than the other, essentially. But looking at the SCV count, they're equal as well. So producing is still producing Marauders, rather, is BeastyQT, and he's decided to send his Marauders out aggressively.
Yeah.
And it looks like MentalKing used his SCVs to clean up the depots. Empire BeastyQT is doing that with one. I mean, not SCVs, rather Reapers. So he's just going to clean up all while these SCVs get over here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just those Reapers are really good at dealing damage to buildings. I mean, they have that 30 damage to it, so he's able to clean it up incredibly quickly. And it looks like, here we go, BeastyQT is going to drop down here in the middle and return all of his minerals. That's a very good idea. He has a little bit of a lead right now, and it looks like they're just going to set up shop in each other's bases.
Yeah, nice bunker finishing up for MentalKing. But he does lose a Reaper as he's trying to take out this first Marauder, or this remaining Marauder, rather, with BeastyQT. Good micro.
Yeah.
Preserving that Reaper, and he's going to focus that down anytime now.
Oh,
yes, he doesn't have concussive.
There it goes here. Still one Marauder, though, for BeastyQT. This is a ridiculous game. I'm sorry, 2 Marauders for BeastyQT right now, so...
Yeah, but we do have some differences here that are really substantial. Actually, there is that second Rax right now for MentalKing, and there is no second depot for Beasty. He's got to start construction on that if he wants to continue to produce out of his barracks. And he could get overwhelmed in this early stages. I mean, his opponent literally has double his production, although he's floated off the tech lab. So, yeah, both their gas banks are essentially insignificant in terms of upgrading or teching. They've been useful just for a unit or two.
Yeah, but like you said earlier, I mean, that secondary barracks is really going to pay off here for MentalKing, not to mention the fact that he is not supply blocked that is going to be great. He's also got a frontal bunker up, the one that was in MentalKing's old base has been cleaned up here, but he did get some mining first, but it's not going to be that big of a difference here. And as we can see, it's just about completely even. It's just MentalKing has got the production capabilities.
When did MentalKing lose his other Reaper? I can't find it.
It was
oh, another Marauder picked it off, or?
Yeah, it must have. Yeah, I don't know. We were watching all the other stuff that was going down. We see the factory now on the way here for MentalKing, so he's going to be able to tech up already one more time, but it looks like BeastyQT is going to go ahead and go for a secondary command center. This is super risky here.
Yeah, I agree that it's pretty risky. It's kind of strange that he has his Marauders out on the field as well, but that does give him map vision, at least. So he can see anything that's coming in terms of ground units. However, if MentalKing does something like tech straight to Banshee, that's going to be a tough thing for BeastyQT to deal with. He does have the factory halfway done, but in terms of anti-air, of course, he only has Marauders out, just that two Marines, I guess. But yeah, that it does look like it's going to be a Banshee transition.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it does there. He's got his own command center on the way in his main base here, so he's not going to be too far behind BeastyQT's risky play there. Looks like he had a little bit of a lag issue. Not sure what that was.
I didn't catch anything.
Okay, that's fine. It was just me. Maybe I dropped. That'll suck. Tech Lab finishing up here. Starport about to finish up himself, and it looks like...
Oh, and BeastyQT's making a Starport on his own Tech Lab there over at his natural.
Wow. This is so...
Banshee into Banshee. Now what's... You know when people say base trade, this is actually a base trade. They actually took each other's bases.
Yeah, and it's basically
not
completely reset.
Yeah. I mean, this is awesome stuff. Now we're going to see some Banshee on Banshee action.
Yeah.
Poke is on the way for MentalKing, and there is no engineering bay. BeastyQT adding a third command center and reactor on his factory, so unless he switches his barracks onto that, he's going to be pumping Hellions with this, and that's going to leave him with no options against the Banshee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is going to be amazing. But BeastyQT is going incredibly greedy. Third command center already. But he is establishing his secondary, cleaning up that lower supply depot. I guess it made fun of him. I hate when that happens. Frontal bunker going to be going up, allowing him to get a little bit of a defense here. But with only three Marines, I'm sorry, he's going to have almost no chance against that Reaper. Banshee. I mean, Banshees are so good. You know, it's a two-shot kill on the Marines, of course, unless, you know, combat shields or something else is in the mix, or the metavats. But this is looking great for Shuttle right now.
Yeah, that first Banshee's going to swing around the north. One Marine is out on the map, but even spotting it now is not really going to leave him enough time to formulate an ample response.
He's not going to catch it either.
Yeah, the Tech Lab was building on the barracks as well, so that... Oh, and he's building another add-on too, so he's just going to have no Marines out here to deal with the Banshee. He essentially said that was not going to happen, and the Viking coming out now for MentalKing is going to complement his air superiority here in this case.
There is a counter cloaking field here for BeastyQT. MentalKing focusing down that mule super quickly here. He does see the bunker, and he can easily take that down. He's got... This is going to inflict so many casualties.
Yeah. The engineering bay just started, and BeastyQT canceled his Banshee to get a Viking. But really, it's just going to be up to MentalKing to focus down SCVs here.
Yeah. He is going right for the secondary base here, and let's check out the unit count. 29 to 28 right now. That third base has really been allowing Empire BeastyQT to get his SCV count up amazingly high. Especially for, I mean, now he's losing so much. We do see that Viking has finished up here for BeastyQT. Will he be able to focus down the Banshees, inflicting a lot of damage? It's in the Gal, but looks like he's about to get out of range. But with that
and there's not enough money to make a turret either for BeastyQT, so he's going to have to use 2 scans to kill up this one Banshee.
Wow. That was a champ.
Raven in production now for MentalKing, and he's going to follow this up, I think, with a strong 2-base timing.
That's his second Raven.
Yeah, his stim's about to finish too, so these Ravens are going to shut down the Marauders that are in the bunker there defensively, and it could give him the capacity to just overrun that frontal area of BeastyQT.
MentalKing is in a pretty good, I shouldn't say lead really for the most part. It's hard to tell really who's going to be in lead. I mean, BeastyQT's got such amazing production capabilities with his SCV counts. I mean, 3 orbital commands really increases his minerals and other stuff like that. But I mean, MentalKing, killed off so many workers there. He evened it up there. He actually took the lead, and this extra Raven, and the fact that you know, he's also got a Viking here and a lead in the Marauder and Marines. I mean, his army's big.
MentalKing's gonna push, and there's no production structures done for BeastyQT. BeastyQT was stuck on a lot of gas there. He had to invest so many minerals into deflecting the Banshee that he's decided to transition into mech, although he doesn't have an armory down for anti-air in that regard. So he's just going to be stuck on starport tech to deflect potential Banshee aggression from MentalKing. However, MentalKing does have those 2 Ravens, as you mentioned, and a Viking of his own.
Yeah.
They might catch this Banshee moving out for Empire BeastyQT.
He does. He sees it right now. He's going to pull back the Viking. He is not going to bother with it. Looks like BeastyQT is going to drop down the cloak there, but it's pretty much for naught, considering the fact there's 2 Ravens right in the front here. And he's got enough energy for almost two defensive.
Enough to repair. This is a clutch situation, but those auto turrets surround the Hellions. There's just way too much DPS here for BeastyQT.
Yeah. SCV is being pulled off the line there. BeastyQT still has a little bit in place to go ahead and attack here, but this is not looking good for him whatsoever. The Banshee is pushing towards MentalKing's infrastructure. Is he going to be able to hold this, though? It's not looking very possible, but all of his units are in the red right now.
That's true. SCV's coming off to help out. There are no medevacs, as you mentioned, by all those units down in the red. I think these 2 tanks and Hellions are going to pop out. They're going to be greeted by these auto turrets, though, and he's got to target those Hellions right away. Loses 1 Hellion, but does trade for some Marines. Just 2 units left here for him to pick off, and 1 tank's going to go down to the auto turrets. That's just awesome auto turret placement.
Yeah.
Great position here for MentalKing.
Yeah, and
I feel like he did a decent job dealing with the Banshee in his main as well.
Yeah,
so.
he picked it off almost immediately there. Really did not do any damage whatsoever. 37 of 15 workers killed so far, and with MentalKing continuing to push forward with more reinforcements, with the double Raven in the air still, and his Viking alive. These turrets still, man, these auto turrets are so good. Free damage to anything that gets in range of it. I love them. Very tank heavy though, but he doesn't have siege mode yet.
Yeah. It's going to be really rough, and identifying that as MentalKing, he's going to stim in. He's definitely going to be able to clean up these tanks and force a game.
There's the GG. It has been evened up.
So if you just joined us now, would you believe that Empire BeastyQT actually spawned in the top right, and MentalKing was down in the bottom left there at the start of that game?
Wow.
I don't know, but that was a pretty crazy TVT for MentalKing to even up the series, showing really good scrappy decision making, and yeah, that was a treat there on Cloud Kingdom.
Yeah.